welcome to Intuitive Moon Tarot. For those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Jen, and this is a new spread that I'm going to be trying to get out for you guys weekly so we can kind of stay up to date with the energies as they shift. This is going to be a you versus them pick a card reading, so we'll have 3 cards for you and 3 cards for your person of interest. We have deck A over here to the left and deck B over here to the right. So you want to pick whichever side you're most intuitively drawn to. I'm going to give you guys just a few seconds to look over the decks. It's helpful if you can close your eyes, take a couple deep breaths, and bring this person to the front of your mind. Okay, if you need a little bit more time, please don't panic. Just pause the video and take all the time that you need. For the rest of you, let's get started. Okay, I know you guys are super eager to get your messages, so I promise to keep this short and sweet, but I do have a few things that I need to go over before we jump right into the reading. First of all, I need to remind everyone that these are general readings. I do offer private readings, and the information will be in the description box. For the rest of you, I try to get messages out to as many people as possible, but there's no guarantee that every general reading will resonate with every single person that watches every time. Please just take what feels good to you in your soul, what's helpful to you and what resonates with your story, and leave any other messages for somebody else. We really don't want to try to force these readings to fit if they're just not fitting. That's not going to be helpful to anybody. I do, however, believe, though, if you were drawn to me or my channel in one way or another, those meetings are fated and they aren't by chance. So there's a good possibility I either already have a message for you or I will have a message for you in the future. So if you feel inspired to do so, I would welcome you to subscribe to the channel. There is lots of pick a card readings, element readings, soulmate readings, twin flame readings, all kinds of good stuff on the channel, most of which is not time specific. It's just there for when you need it. So if you feel inspired by any of those videos as you're scrolling through, I would encourage you to watch a few of those as well. With all that being said, I have one more short message. I am getting some donations from some of you that are like $2 or $3, and those have been being sent over with kind of an apology. I'm sorry this isn't much, and I just want to remind you all how incredibly appreciative I am of your support. I am here to give of myself freely and to share my gift with you, and there is no such thing as too small of a donation. Even if you're just donating your time by leaving me comments or sending me messages thanking me for my time and my energy, or sharing your stories with me, sharing my videos, liking my videos, any support that you can offer to my channel is so incredibly appreciated, and there is no such thing as too small of a donation. So please remember that and keep that in mind. And thank you again for all of your support, nice comments, shares, likes, and everything that you've given me here as a new reader on YouTube. All right, you guys, let's get started. Okay, for deck A, for our first party, we have the High Priestess, the Page of Swords, and the Fool. For our second party, we have the 5 of Swords, the Tower, and 6 of Pentacles. So you can pick whichever side is resonating, more with you. You don't have to follow my storyline. Keep that in mind. The energies can go vice versa. So give me just a minute to look over this and see what I'm feeling. Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit of a story here. So starting with this first party, whether this is you or your person of interest, I am seeing somebody here in the past or even maybe possibly really recently had a really strong intuitive sense that something just wasn't right. I mean, a really powerful sense that maybe there could have been some deception, there could have been, what I'm hearing is like a lack of balance, unfairness. Definitely, I just keep hearing like this isn't fair. So, and I'm almost kind of getting this sense that this other party was trying to make this person feel like they were crazy. Maybe not validating their feelings or their emotions, not taking accountability for their part in this. Whatever this is, I do see some intensity here. So I am seeing this as somebody that you are either currently involved with or maybe an ex. I don't necessarily see this as a new love or a new beginning. Of course, I will get different storylines as we go on. But right now, what I'm really strongly getting is here in the more recent past, this person was just having a really strong intuitive sense that something wasn't right here. And I feel like it kind of shifted them into this energy of cutting out the things that aren't serving them, finding their inner strength, separating themselves from their emotions, and getting into a more intellectual place and saying, you know what? And this wasn't easy. I mean, this is a really heavy energy. There's tears here. This was really frustrating, but I see this person kind of going, no, I'm not doing this anymore. This isn't fair. There's been some deception here. I'm not crazy, and I also see this person being determined to get back up. So whether that's get back up and keep working on this connection or to, on a possible reconciliation with somebody, or that's just get back up and move forward in their own life. Because we have the Fool here, and the Fool is new beginnings. So that can go either way, right? It can be a new beginning with a current partner, a past partner, or it can just be moving on to something new, fresh, and different. So I do see that this person has gone through quite a transformation, and I do see that it was painful. But it's just like I can't ignore my intuition anymore. I can't pretend like everything's okay. Something just doesn't feel right here. Something feels off. There's a disconnect. I feel really alone. This is, it's kind of a heavy, cold energy, but this person was determined. They were determined to get back up. They were determined to keep fighting. This is a really strong, powerful, beautiful energy because it's not easy. And we're starting back here as a page. And so this is something that is a page and a Fool here. It's something that's out of your comfort zone or their comfort zone if we're talking about your person of interest for this side here. But with the Fool card, this can also mean, because you see how she's kind of, and she, he, just go with whatever resonates with you. We both have masculine and feminine energy, so don't get hung up on the sexes of the cards. But she's looking back. It's almost like she was a fool for this person. And this could either be, I'm still a fool for you and I want to jump off and have this new beginning with you, or keep trying, start something fresh. I don't want to give up. I feel a little foolish for doing that, but that's where I'm at. Or this is, I'm done being a fool for you. I'm ready for a new beginning. And this is a little bit scary. This is kind of a new, you're kind of feeling out of your element here, but it's just a necessary transition. And there's just been this beautiful transformation. This energy is a lot lighter here than what we saw here, right? You can see it's almost like this weight has been lifted. So if this hasn't yet happened to you or your person of interest, I do feel like in the near future, somebody is going to kind of come into this energy of, I'm not standing for these things that don't serve me anymore. I don't care if I have to start all over. I don't care if it's scary. I'm willing to take risks, and I'm going to lighten this load off of myself, and I'm going to do what's best for me and my future. And it's like stepping off completely into the unknown. She's still looking back. This isn't without a lack of love. Either that, or, there's a possibility this person wants you, or this person wants, a fresh start with you. They're looking back as they were walking away saying, maybe I'll give this one more chance, right? And then I'm looking over here and we're seeing the Five of Swords. So this can go a few different ways, but the storyline that I'm getting, which I think is going to resonate with the majority of you, is that there was some backstabbing. There was somebody was just, deception doesn't always have to be like cheating, or, you know, it could be being dishonest about money. It could be withholding, you know, your feelings and emotions. It could be kind of playing games with somebody or not being sure of what you want. But there was something here that left this other person feeling hurt and betrayed. And I don't see this person taking accountability, because you see they're still wearing their wings. And so it's like, and they still have swords. So there is a possibility, if this is somebody that, you know, kind of walked away from your life and hurt you, that if you let them back into your life, who's to say that this won't happen again? But on a little bit more of a positive note, what I'm seeing here when I combine these storylines is like there was some intuition here on this side about some backstabbing, something that just wasn't fair, some deception. This person was feeling hurt, and it was very much an intuitive sense that something wasn't right. That probably came to light in some manner, and that pushed them into this energy of like, almost like finding their inner strength, even though it was really, really hard and heavy. And when that happened, this person over here kind of has a tower moment. I mean, and this may be coming again in the near future, or this may have already happened. You know, energy is fluid, so. But this is a crumbling of the foundation. This is a sudden and unexpected change. Somebody may have gotten called out, or somebody may have gotten really comfortable with hurting you or in an unequal, you know, balance in a relationship, and just thought, you know, this is the way it is, and then the person hasn't left me yet. They're kind of a fool for me. I don't know what it was, but there was some kind of a tower moment for this other party where it was very unexpected. Everything got shook up. The foundation comes crumbling down, and it pushes this person into this Six of Pentacles. This is equal give and take. This is making investments, you know? So it may have kind of transformed their way of thinking. This person may now even be wanting to apologize or offer you something more. And if not, even if you two are just done and you've walked away and you don't want to return to this, too much damage has been done, or they have, whoever it is over on this side did go through a transformation from this and, you know, come out a lot more willing to have equal give and take, to put the work and effort and energy into relationships, you know, that need to be there for things to work. So that's the main storyline. I'm also seeing there's a possibility here that the second party may have been stabbed in the back in the past. They may have gone through some heartbreak or some hurt, and that created a tower moment for them. And now they're in this place of wanting equal give and take with you, and you're possibly considering a new beginning. So if this is a new love, you both could have gone through some things in your past that were painful, that were difficult, where you had an intuitive sense things weren't right. This other person may have gone through some pain and a big tower moment while you were going through this, you know, strengthening yourself, cutting out the things that aren't serving, finding your determination and your will to start fresh and move forward in your life. And you might be meeting at a place where it's a new beginning with equal give and take. So that's also a possibility for those of you that may be dealing with someone new or coming out of some heartbreak. So it's a little bit of two different storylines I'm getting. I am going to pull some oracle cards here, some healing oracle, just to get a little bit more in-depth information about this reading. These have been pre-shuffled, but I will shuffle a little bit more on camera for you. If this is resonating with your story, please make sure to like and comment and share. Let me know my energy is appreciated, so I know to keep doing these readings for you guys. Please Tarot, please Universe, what can you tell me about our first party? Ooh, struggle. And look at that. Let's get a card here for the other side, and then I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. Please, Tarot, please, Universe, provide me with some more information for our second party here. What can you tell me about our second party within this love connection? Unlimited possibilities. You know what's so beautiful is I'm kind of seeing a connection here between like all this growth and this beautiful tree and all the growth that's here. I mean, everything is just so full and beautiful, and you know, I just kind of see a similarity there. So I do think that whatever was going on in this connection, for those of you that are inquiring about an ex or somebody that you already have a substantial connection or relationship with, that maybe had some hurt, some heartbreak, some unequal give and take, some dishonesty, deception, whatever it was for you in your story, I feel like this was a struggle for you. This was an uphill battle, you know, and this fish is alone. And so I just feel like this was really, and I feel like even letting go was a struggle. I just felt like, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to start all over? You know, I was already so deep into this connection, and now I have to start again as a page. But I do see you coming into this energy of finding your determination and your strength, and really staying true to yourself, and not letting your emotions overpower you, getting through this struggle and starting in this new fresh energy that's light and exciting and transformative. And it's just really, if I'm being honest, I see somebody willing to let go for new beginnings. And I see this other person also, you know, unlimited possibilities here once they have their tower moment. That may or may not have come. And I don't see, if this is within a struggling connection, I don't see the tower moment happening for this person until the other party, you know, gets into this energy and makes a decision to stand up for what's right, and be willing to start over, even if it's hard. I think for those of you that went through some deception, this other person was kind of banking on the fact that, you know, you weren't going to walk away. But there is unlimited possibilities, and of course you create your own reality. So if this is something that you want to try again or start fresh on, I think once this tower moment happens, the other person is going to kind of come out and look at you as somebody that has a lot to provide, emotionally, mentally, you know, in every aspect. And I think that there's going to be a little bit higher value there. But either way, whether this is karmic or, you know, or long-term, I do see both parties having growth and new beginnings and new possibilities here moving forward. And for those of you that are in a new love connection, I see once you're willing to let go of the struggle, of whatever, you know, whatever you were holding on to from your past, or if you're still stuck in old relationships or old karmic cycles, or negative self-talk, or whatever it is that you've carried on, whatever struggles, whatever uphill climbs you've gone through, it's kind of like once you're willing to release that and stop fighting the current. Okay, I'm hearing that very clearly. Stop fighting the current and just kind of turn around and swim downstream and not make everything a battle. Things that are meant for you shouldn't be that much of a struggle. If the universe is trying to come in and clear things out of your energy, and remove struggles from your life, don't fight the current and keep swimming uphill and exhausting yourself. Let it go. Be willing to walk away. Have new beginnings, whether that's with somebody new or just within yourself, you know, new career opportunities, new hobbies, whatever it is that brings you joy and passion and will help you transform and connect to your higher self. This is a reminder not to fight the current, to, you know, to be determined, to separate your emotions, to do things that are best for your future. And once you do that, for both parties, there's unlimited possibilities here. I also kind of see that this person, well, let me get a surrender card before I say anything more. And then I'm trying to keep these a little bit shorter so I can do them more often for you and keep up on my personals. So try not to repeat myself or ramble too much today. Please, universe, please, tarot, provide me with some more information for our first party. What do they need to surrender in order to reach their full potential here? Please, tarot, please, universe. Surrender worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. Don't fight the current. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body, focus on the power of your heart, and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. I feel like you're being guided away from this struggle, and I feel like whatever has been difficult for you and has kind of been an uphill battle, I feel like it's time to release that over to the universe, whatever that is for you. And that may even be something unrelated and just something in your personal life or your work life. But this is a reminder to surrender worry, trust in the universe, focus on the power of your heart, and have faith. Beautiful message. Please, universe, please, tarot. Oh, there we go. Surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet, meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. So I do think there's some turmoil within this other party, whether this is you or your person of interest. I think that they have unlimited possibilities, but for whatever reason, I think this relationship possibly had a lot of potential. If this is somebody new, they might still be clinging on to some heartache from their past, and they might be, really kind of consumed by that energy of like, my whole life has fallen apart, my foundation crumbled beneath me, I wasn't expecting this, I don't know what direction to take, I feel lost, and they may be looking to you as somebody that's able to provide equal give and take, somebody that is just, fruitful and beautiful and peaceful, and they may just need to surrender to that so that there can be unlimited possibilities for them and for you and for the potential of the relationship. Or this could be somebody that caused some hurt and turmoil for you if it's someone that you've already been dealing with, and there was a tower moment that comes from that once you finally cut out, or vice versa, again, go with whatever storyline works. But once whoever this is over here cuts that out and is determined and stands up and is willing to start over and walk away, everything crumbles down for this person, and they kind of get pushed into an energy of appreciating this other person. And whether it's too late for them or not, that's okay. That's your decision and yours alone. But I see there a new appreciation. I see a willingness or a desire to want to have a more equal give and take in a relationship. I do see them having some inner turmoil and regrets and difficulty for those that... So if you were feeling hurt by somebody, whether you ever reconcile or they apologize or not, what I'm seeing here is that they did see a lot of possibility with you, and they aren't feeling very peaceful about this, and they may even be approaching you in a way that's not very apologetic or forceful or demanding forgiveness or something to that sense, and that's why it's saying others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily if you can just find some inner peace, take accountability, and let this other person kind of let go of their worry about the connection and their disappointments. So I know that was a lot and it was kind of confusing. I had thousands of people watching these videos, so sometimes I get a couple different messages for different people. So please, again, just take any storyline or messages that feel good to you and are helpful to you, and allow the other messages to be for who they're meant for. I really appreciate you guys sticking with me. I will be trying to do these you versus them weekly, so please stay tuned if you feel inspired to do so and you haven't already. I would love to have you as a subscriber. and I will look forward to seeing you guys again next week. There may be other videos uploaded in between now and then. Love and light. Okay, I know you guys are super eager to get your messages, so I promise to keep this short and sweet, but I do have a few things that I need to go over before we jump right into the reading. First of all, I need to remind everyone that these are general readings. I do offer private readings, and the information will be in the description box. For the rest of you, I try to get messages out to as many people as possible, but there's no guarantee that every general reading will resonate with every single person that watches every time. Please just take what feels good to you in your soul, what's helpful to you and what resonates with your story, and leave any other messages for somebody else. We really don't want to try to force these readings to fit if they're just not fitting. That's not going to be helpful to anybody. I do, however, believe, though, if you were drawn to me or my channel in one way or another, those meetings are fated and they aren't by chance. So there's a good possibility I either already have a message for you or I will have a message for you in the future. So if you feel inspired to do so, I would welcome you to subscribe to the channel. There is lots of pick a card readings, element readings, soulmate readings, twin flame readings, all kinds of good stuff on the channel, most of which is not time specific. It's just there for when you need it. So if you feel inspired by any of those videos as you're scrolling through, I would encourage you to watch a few of those as well. With all that being said, I have one more short message. I am getting some donations from some of you that are like $2 or $3, and those have been being sent over with kind of an apology. I'm sorry this isn't much, and I just want to remind you all how incredibly appreciative I am of your support. I am here to give of myself freely and to share my gift with you, and there is no such thing as too small of a donation. Even if you're just donating your time by leaving me comments or sending me messages thanking me for my time and my energy, or sharing your stories with me, sharing my videos, liking my videos, any support that you can offer to my channel is so incredibly appreciated, and there is no such thing as too small of a donation. So please remember that and keep that in mind. And thank you again for all of your support, nice comments, shares, likes, and everything that you've given me here as a new reader on YouTube. All right, you guys, let's get started. Okay, for deck B, for our first party, we have the Moon, Queen of Pentacles, and Temperance. And for our second party, we have the Page of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. Give me just a second to look over this and see what I'm feeling. And please keep in mind, go with whichever storyline resonates most with you. You don't have to follow my storyline. So, you know, this may be you and this may be your person of interest, or vice versa. It can go either way. So right off the bat, I am seeing there's either a difference in maturity here, emotional maturity, even one person may make more, this party over here may make more money than this party over here, or just be more financially stable, or they just may be a little bit more grounded and emotionally mature than this party, or if neither one of those things are the case, then there's an age difference, where this party over here is going to be a little bit younger or more immature than this party over here. So that may or may not be causing conflict or trials and tribulations within the connection. It's definitely a possibility. This first party is possessing a really beautiful and strong queen energy. And when I say queen, keep in mind we both, you know, we have masculine and feminine energy in both men and women. So this could most certainly be a male. Please don't get hung up on the sex of the cards. But this is a very powerful, grounded, confident, beautiful energy that is being possessed by this first person. This is somebody that has self-respect. You know, queens, they just don't tolerate games and immaturity. This is somebody who's kind of come into their own. Could possibly be a small business owner, or just someone who's really ambitious, a go-getter, somebody that could be both, you know, take care of things at home, take care of their family, take care of children, and also run a business and take care of the finances and be outgoing outside of the home as well. So this is somebody that's just really grounded and well-rounded. and confident. I really, really love the Queen of Pentacles. I think she's absolutely beautiful. But we have here maybe in the past a little bit of a shadow self. There may have been some things that were hidden, some self-doubt, some, and that may still be present, you know, falling over into the energy that we have now. The moon can talk about, you know, it can talk about deception, shadow self, things that happen in the dark, but it can talk about secrets. So or it could just mean representing the Pisces, right? If you are a Pisces or the person you're dealing with is a Pisces. It could be a lot of different things. And right now we just had the super moon as well, so that can be interfering. But what I'm really seeing here for my own storyline, is somebody that's trying to find balance between kind of almost two personalities. So almost kind of like a Gemini or a Pisces type of feel to this. There's no indication of Gemini, but you know how they are, the twins, and they can almost be two different people sometimes. In the Pisces, we've got two fish, one swimming in one direction, the other one swimming in the other direction, and they're always just kind of going around in a circle. I'm kind of getting that vibe. It doesn't mean you have to be either one of those signs, but you're taking on and possessing that energy. And I think there's this need and desire to find balance. So for whoever this person is, I think that they're kind of balancing two different sides of themselves. They're seeking balance. They're trying to have a transformation here where they can balance out like two different types of their personality or something. Or maybe they're just kind of fighting off. It could be like passions that aren't necessarily healthy. It could be addictions, whether that's, you know, food, spending money, addiction to drama or unhealthy relationships, addiction to substances. I don't know. I just feel like this person is trying to come into a more mature, grounded, stable energy, and that's who they truly are. But there's just kind of this shadow self that lingers, maybe some negative self-talk, maybe some fears or anxieties or frustrations. Maybe there's just a whole part of themselves that they feel like they can't show to the world, because look at this mask here, right? And then we talk about, obviously, you know, things that can be done in the dark, the shadow self. So I wonder if this person is presenting themselves to be this way, and this is, you know, a lot of who they are, but there's still this other part of their personality or themselves that they just keep hidden away. Maybe they feel like somebody wouldn't understand. You know, I don't know. But there's something here where not everything is being exposed. There's an emotion, a feeling, something of the past that isn't being fully exposed. And there's a desire and a need moving forward to find balance. And the reason why I say like passions or things like that is, you see, she's kind of dumping the water out onto the fire. Like, I feel like just trying to put out the fire, trying to get rid of those burning, whatever that is that keeps arising, whether this is trying to let go of a passionate person from the past that you know is just no good, whether this is trying to, you know, balance things out and let go of addictions or let go of negative self-talk. But this person is coming into a balance. This person is maturing, but there is something that I think hasn't been fully exposed, or maybe they just don't share with everybody, or just a part of themselves that they keep away. So maybe this is someone who's really independent and has a harder time really feeling like they can connect to people, maybe has really passionate connections that burn out quickly, or has taken on that energy in the past, but there is somebody here finding balance. So if that resonates with you, then that's probably your story. It could possibly be about your person. It may be a side of them that you don't see, or you may feel like there's something that you can't see within them, that they're kind of wearing a mask. Even though they seem really grounded and well put together, you know that they have some insecurities or some things that they're not letting out, or that's you. So either way, that's what's going on here. Then we move over to this party, and this party, again, may be a little bit younger, not quite as established. There's some kind of a difference here, whether it's age or maturity or how established they are, or at least how that's presented to the outside world. We have a page. So again, kind of a little bit more immature energy. This is kind of a young, passionate person that comes in, usually inspiring a lot of change and growth wherever they go, kind of new, exciting inspiration and ideas. But then we move over here to the Four of Pentacles. And this can be, possessive type of energy. This can be a self-protection type of energy, depending on, how you relate to this card. I read intuitively, and what I'm feeling is this person is young and passionate, and definitely has some inspiration and just some things to teach this other party, even though this other party may feel like I'm more grounded or I'm older than you or I've got, I still feel like there's a whole part of themselves that they're not really exploring or exposing, or some insecurities they're holding on to. And I feel like this other party over here is kind of bringing in this fresh new energy, or has just been a young and passionate, inspiring type of person. But for whatever reason, there's like this self-protection, or there's something that they're not really willing to let go of, or they're not really willing to just jump right in. Maybe they feel intimidated. But it's like if they would just let go of whatever this is, whether this is self-protection or an unhealthy past relationship or a karmic relationship that they've been in, or whatever this is for them, if they would just let go of it, it's not a very far jump. And look at everything that's waiting down here. But this also may be someone who's young and passionate, but also possessive. Like they haven't really learned how to channel their passions. That's another message I'm getting all of a sudden. They haven't really learned how to channel their passions. And so they're kind of maybe possessive or afraid to let this person be free, right? Like they see this person as like, no, you're the queen, you are so grounded and so strong, and it's like, I'm afraid to, it's like, I feel like I need to possess you instead of letting you be free. Where this person just wants to be balanced, doesn't want to have an excessive amount of passion, wants something that's sustainable, something that's long-term. This person's already kind of gone through this transformation. So I'm getting a few different storylines. The more people I get watching this, sometimes I get more messages. So just take what's resonating with you and leave any other messages for somebody else if they're not helpful to you. But I'm getting a few things here. And then we have the Nine of Cups, which is kind of wish fulfillment. It's also, the Ten of Cups is the ultimate fulfillment, right? Emotionally. When we talk about cups, we're talking about, deep emotion. And so I kind of see whoever this person is over here, the second energy, like you are their ultimate wish fulfillment. And they're definitely, whatever they're putting out into the universe, and it's kind of unique. It's like they're trying to attract, or they're trying to reach the moon. I've never looked at these cards in a reading like this. This is just now coming to me, and this is really beautiful, actually. It's almost like they're sending out this wish, this desire. It's like a message, a hope. So if this is somebody that you're disconnected with, they may be, still having a hope, sending something out. Or this may be somebody new and passionate that's come into your life, but they're just kind of like in self-protection mode, and they're trying to, also I'm seeing somebody here that's trying to reach this part of whoever this is. So maybe you're trying to reach these insecurities, or this shadow self, or this other part of this person's personality. It's like, it's there. That they're presenting themselves this way and they possess these qualities, but there's still something they're hiding. They're still kind of behind a mask. They're not fully opening up to you. And you can sense that. Or maybe this is that person sensing the other person still in self-protection mode, or holding something back, or withholding emotion. And it's like this person is trying to reach the moon, trying to reach that part of yourself, connect to and open up that part of yourself. You know what? I think that you may have, if you've got somebody new in your energy, or you know, somebody that you've got a really strong, passionate connection with. I think there may be a little bit of a lack of balance here, but I think, and you may be looking at this person as like maybe they're a little bit emotionally immature or difficult, or just really passionate, but you don't know if it's sustainable or whatever. But this person, you know, the Page of Wands inspires change wherever they go. They do actually have a lot to teach people, even though they're looked at as a little bit more free-spirited or not necessarily as grounded as like a king or a queen, or, you know, I mean, you can see this is just barefoot and just peaceful and almost like a little hippie. And it's just somebody here that's just young and passionate and inspires change and growth. And maybe this person coming into your life is trying to reach this part of yourself that you have tucked away, this part of yourself that you always hide away from the rest of the world. Maybe have a deeper level of connection, see whatever it is that you have like behind closed doors in the dark. I normally wouldn't see these cards. I mean, if I was just going off the basic meaning of the cards, it wouldn't necessarily mean all of this, but I am an intuitive reader, so bear with me. This is what I'm getting. Every time I pull the card, sometimes I get a completely different message for each card, and what I'm getting here is there's some self-protection here. There's some things that are hidden away, but I do think that this person feels very fulfilled or sees a lot of potential in you, but they're trying to reach this last little bit of you, whatever it is that you're hiding, or you are trying to reach this part of this person. It's like, you know, it's there. Yeah, that's really beautiful. Okay, so I pre-shuffled all of my decks off camera, but I'm going to shuffle a little bit more for you, and we're going to pull some Healing Oracle cards to kind of see if we can get a little bit more information on this. If these are resonating with you and you find this helpful, please let me know. My energy is appreciated by liking, sharing, commenting on the videos. I'm going to try to do this spread weekly so we can kind of keep up on the energies as they shift and just kind of keep in touch with what's going on with you and whoever it is, you know, that's on your radar that week. So if you feel inspired to do so, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss these readings when they come up. Please, universe, please, tarot, what additional information can you give me about this first party? Inner journey. Ooh, that is, see, and I'm seeing that. It's like this inner journey of trying to find this balance within yourself between these two people, this person that you so confidently, or they so confidently present to the world. And this energy definitely is being possessed. But there is something else here in this shadow self or in the dark, or something that's just kind of tucked away and hidden. And I think that person is on kind of an inner journey to find a balance between that and to feel comfortable to show themselves to somebody else, share that part of themselves, really connect to someone else. This is definitely an inner journey of finding, you know, temperance, it's balance, it's, you know, so whether this is you or the person you're dealing with, somebody here, ooh, sacred space. Sacred space can kind of talk about, it can first of all be offering advice to set up a sacred space for yourself within your home, whether you just, if you're restricted for space, some people will set up a little shelf or just kind of a corner, maybe a shelf in their closet. For me personally, my sacred space a lot of times is my bubble bath. I do have my own private bathroom, and so I'll put my crystals and things that are of importance to me. Sometimes people like to use pictures, feathers, you know, some jewelry that's meaningful to them. Anything that you really connect with spiritually and that brings you peace and happiness and feels close to your soul and heart. you can put things in this space, and this should be somewhere that you visit every day, you know, for a short period of time, and just kind of get grounded and remember the things that are truly important to you. Try not to get caught up, you know, and I'm kind of seeing that here with this Four of Pentacles. It's like this person needs to kind of create their own sacred space to find peace and not to be afraid to let go and come down. I almost feel like this person doesn't believe that they are worthy. Like they don't feel like they're worthy of all of this. They're just up here holding on to and protecting themselves because it's like they're too afraid just to come down and accept everything that's meant for them, right? But deep down, what they're really wanting is to connect on the deepest level to this other person. Like really have that, you know, when you have those spiritual connections where you guys are able to connect on like an incredibly different level. I mean, it's not just a surface level or a physical attraction or a passion that burns out quickly, but it's something where you really learn and grow together and you really connect to them on every level, like this deep, intense, like true friendship. That's what I'm feeling. Like this person wants that, but for whatever reason, they're holding on to this like self-protection or they're not feeling worthy of this other person, maybe because they present themselves as like so grounded and it's just like, oh my gosh, this person is my wish fulfillment. This is everything that I've ever wanted and it's intimidating to me, or is this even real, or something to that sense. That's kind of what I'm getting here. But really this other person's kind of on an inner journey and they're not fully exposing themselves either, and they have parts of themselves that they tuck away and they're still trying to find balance within themselves. So that they're able to connect to another person. So if you're with somebody, maybe you guys haven't reached your full potential for your connection, and maybe you guys both need to kind of go through your own inner journey, create a sacred space, come to a place where you feel comfortable to, you know, not be in this self-protection mode. Let go, release those things. It's kind of what I'm getting here, you guys. It's just an interesting reading, but I really like it. It's kind of beautiful. So these cards are massive, so forgive me. They're a little bit hard to shuffle because they're so thick. And I'm going to kind of try to tie this up here and keep these short and sweet so that I can make sure I get to them weekly. These were already shuffled again off camera. What advice does the tarot and the universe have for our first party? What do they need to surrender to reach their fullest potential within this connection, within themselves? Yeah, somebody over here is on an inner journey of either like forgiving themselves, learning to fully accept and love themselves, learning to balance out two different parts of their personality so that they can, because I see this person as being way more reserved, right? The Queen of Pentacles just looks very grounded, very reserved, very confident, where the Moon here is a little bit more, almost I want to say like risque, a little bit more, not devious, but just, they're just very different. And I kind of am seeing this as one person trying to balance out those parts of themselves and feel comfortable to expose who they truly are and let people connect to them. And, you know, also release any negative self-talk and release anything that they're holding on to from their past, or secrets that they had, or things that weigh them down. I'm getting a few different kind of messages here, but I think if it resonates with you, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. Please Tarot, please Universe, what does our first party need to surrender? I'm also seeing for the second energy, maybe they have been a little bit more free-spirited and, you know, and passionate in their own life, and now they're having a hard time, like they're in self-protection, they're having a hard time letting go of that and opening up to somebody else. But deep down, they find this other person to be their wish fulfillment, and they're wanting to connect to that part of themselves, understand them better, get closer to them, but they need to come to peace with that. And, ooh, there we go. Surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. Beautiful energy in that card. I kind of see that there with that balance. For our second party, what advice does the tarot and the universe have for second party? Woo! Surrender your desire to control people. That possessive energy, that fear of letting go, right? Okay, so that's making more sense here. Being over-controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. So whether this is you or your person of interest, this person may be a little bit possessive, a little bit fearful of losing this connection, a little bit fearful of letting go, even though if they would just release their desire to control people and let things go, there's all this abundance, and that may even be within this connection. They may have this whole other level that they can get to, this wish fulfillment, you know, this whole other part of this other party's self they can reach if they would just allow them to be, you know, this beautiful, free-spirited, grounded person. Just allow them to be free. I actually was talking to someone the other day, and I remember saying, anything that belongs to us or is meant for us will never have to be caged, right? We don't have to cage things that are meant for us. They stay right there with us because they're supposed to be there, and they are drawn naturally to us, right? So somebody here may be dealing with some possessiveness or control issues, maybe even wanting to control themselves. It could be control the other person. It could be control themselves and control their desires and have a difficult time letting go. But this person definitely needs a little bit of time in their own sacred space to get grounded, to kind of get out of their head and release that feeling and allow things to happen the way that they're supposed to. Allow the universe to bring you what's meant for you, right? Or for them. Again, go with whichever storyline's resonating. That's all I've got for today, you guys. I'm getting a little bit low on energy here, but I hope that you found that helpful and that this wasn't too all over the place. I try to get out, you know, a few different storylines as much as possible so that I can reach more people. But let me know what you're thinking. If you want a personal reading, the information will be in the description box. And if you haven't already and you feel inspired to do so, I would love to have you as a new subscriber, and I hope to see you back here next week. I may be putting some other videos out in between now and then. I'm doing something a little different, so let's keep in touch. Thanks again for being here with me today. Love and light.